Tune in and watch Lori and Amelia as they talk health and wellness, keep you in the know, highlight do-gooders in promo, and spill the tea in Never Have I Ever. And now it's time for the rundown.
Dun dun. Hi, girl. How's it going?
Good, Amelia. So good to see your lovely face this morning.
Oh, thank you. Well, welcome to episode 86 of The Rundown. I'm Amelia Madl with Promo Corner, and joining me as always, the lovely toned and tanned Lori Bolton of Totally Bamboo. And I'm going to hopefully let you do a lot of talking today because I sound like someone punched me in the nose. But before we get started with all of our goodies, let's give a shout out to our sponsor today, which is Keystone. Yay, Keystone. So they have been providing distributors with classic best-selling promotional items since 1992. That's a while now. And they have a broad line of water bottles at their core line. They also feature top styles and categories ranging from drinkware to totes, first aid items to household products, hand fans, desk accessories, and more. They have an unwavering commitment to delivering value pricing in all categories and sell exclusively to the promotional products industry. So go check them out at KeystoneOnline.com. Tell Pete hello for us. So thank you, Pete and Keystone.
Thank you.
So how's it going, girl? What's new?
Oh my gosh, I am getting ready, Amelia. I'm so excited. So I'm taking a couple days off, which I very rarely do. I'm taking Thursday, Friday off this week, and there are 12 of us coming from Arizona and California, and we're all meeting in San Ynez, California for a weekend of wine tasting, olive oil tasting, nice dinners, and it's somebody who's super special to me's birthday. So we are doing, so like two, and I'm not gonna get the titles right, but like 2 deputy fire chiefs from here and their wives, and then we've got a physician in Ojai. Like there's a whole, my point is to get all of our schedules coordinated was definitely a challenge, but I've planned it all. I've hired a driver for 2 days.
Nice.
It's going to be really nice. And there's one winery two that I've belonged to for 20 years, but one we're just doing a bottle service on the lawn with, I'm bringing in catered food. So I'm super excited. This is going to be just an amazing weekend, flying into Santa Barbara. It's good. It's good, Amelia.
That sounds awesome. I want to go. First, I need to not be punctified. Nobody wants to be around me right now. My kids are like, back off, Mom.
I just got over what you had. I just got over it. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. We're only in May and I've been sick 3 times this year. And that's not normal for me.
No. So Maddox came home from school a while back, and he came home on a Thursday and went to bed and took a nap. And I was like, that's not normal. And then he came home that Friday, went to bed, tried to get him out for dinner. And he was like, I don't feel good. I'm just going to stay home. So he was sick that weekend. And then I got it that Monday. And his was just 3 days, low fever, cough, and the cough is lingering. But mine is just, it won't go away. So anyways, I'm trying to stay away from my kids. I've been sitting outside when it's nice, working on my tan so that I don't look all white on family vacay. And that is it.
Get better. I still have a little bit of lingering cough, but I had exactly what you had, and Dayquil and NyQuil to the rescue. I'm a huge fan of all that.
Yep, I got that. I have the Theraflu that I take at night. I drink the hot tea. I have the Alka-Seltzer cold and cough pills. I am such a baby. I don't know if anybody else hates taking NyQuil. I cannot drink the liquid. I'm scarred for life. When I was a child, my parents physically held me down and made me take it because I didn't want it. And so now when I give it to my kids, I actually have a physical reaction to the smell of it. Like it makes me want to puke just smelling NyQuil, the liquid version. So I take capsules. I will not drink anything liquid like that. Cannot do it.
So when I was traveling, I've been on the road. This is my first week home, and I'm home for like 5 weeks. But in the airport, they have these little shots of Dayquil. I don't know if you've seen them. I stocked up on them. I'm like, is there, because in the store, they ask for ID and all this stuff. I said, is there a limit on how many I can get of these? And she's like, nope. So I like got a ton, and then I brought them home because why not? But they're little shots.
I'm a child, basically. My husband's like, take some. And I was like, like physically, I'm like, don't, no. No, thank you.
Good to know. Good to know.
Okay, so Lori, what is your living with Lori? Is it something I'm gonna eat, or is it something that will make me well for?
Well, it's funny you said this, that you were going outside to get sunshine. Very interesting. So we're going to talk today about actionable ways to nourish your mental health. So simple. It really is. Again, I've shared this in the past and I will share again. I'll make a smoothie after we get done recording this. The point is like I have all the ingredients, so it's super easy for me to do. It'll take me 5 minutes to make a really healthy smoothie. You've got to have the ingredients in the house, or otherwise it becomes a challenge. Get outside every morning, move your body, even if it's just a walk around the block. Get outside every morning, take in that sunshine, and get that vitamin D. I can tell you that we've talked about our circadian rhythm. And I've got friends that have their shades on timers that when the sun comes up, those shades rise in the bedroom and they wake up to natural sunlight. And that I think is so good for you. Start a yoga practice. I know for some that might be like, That could also be just pausing for 5 minutes in the morning and meditating. And meditating doesn't need to be like the shrine. You can literally sit up in bed and take 5 minutes and breathe. Hold your hand, one on your chest, your heart, and one on your gut, and feel your breath go in and out. And just think about your intentions for the day. Declutter your space. I do this ongoing throughout, like every week. I will go through my closet, I'll go through pantry, and I declutter. So I'm not a clutterer, I'm a declutterer. Schedule your vacation days, so important. I just talked about it. I'm taking a couple days off. Do it. It's so good for your soul. So good. Random acts of kindness, which we talk about in our podcast as well. People that have done random acts of kindness. Go do something nice for somebody. It could be as simple as buying the person behind you a coffee in the Starbucks line. That's happened to me and it feels really good. Learn something brand new. I actually am a huge advocate for this. I try to learn something new every day. It could be small. It could be something a little bit larger. Like I'm still in the midst of my Pilates, and that for sure I'm learning something every day. But even there's apps to where there's like trivia questions. Just learn something, anything. And then I'm looking at my other two real quick. I'm sorry, Amelia. I didn't have that pulled up. And my other two is going to be grab coffee with a friend, the best, right? The best. And then check off a to-do list. And I do make lists. I've got one going right now. And I love making a list and checking it off and making another list and checking it off. I thoroughly enjoy that. So some things for your mental health as we navigate and we're almost halfway through the year, Amelia.
Don't say that. Time is just flying by. I hear you, Lori. I'm listening to what you're saying with that, but you lost me when you said you had friends. One, what bougie ass friends do you have that have automatic blinds that like raise and lower with the sunrise? Two, I keep my room blackout. I'm like, no sun, do not peek in here in the morning. I do not want to see you until I rise out of bed on my own.
Are so funny. Yes, there are. I do have a friend that the entire house is automated, everything. So Yeah, it's pretty, it is pretty bougie, but literally the sensors know as soon as the light comes up, those blinds rise up and you now are waking to natural sunlight, which is, again, really, really great for you. I know.
Nope. I put a pillow over my eyes. If I hear my husband up in the morning, I'm like, no, I cover up my head. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm good. I'll just stay in bed until my body says get up.
I love it.
But I'll try to do some of the others. Ooh. Yeah. All right. Well, time is flying. I cannot believe it's got to be June in a minute, and I don't like it. I don't like it. That's all I'm going to say.
It's crazy.
I know. And time is moving for people in the industry too. You know why? Because if you know, you know. And you know some people. I'm going to let you go first so that I don't take any of your thunder. So, Lori, what you got? What does Lori know?
I love it. So for one, Tom Klauser with Bell Promo got promoted to National Sales Manager. Congratulations. I'm not surprised at all. He's absolutely, absolutely amazing. So that's Tom. And then Dave Sorrentino, he's been at a couple different places, but the big news last week was that he is now Senior VP over at I Promote You, working with Lori Bauer, which they are reunited again. Crazy, isn't it? And then that's awesome. It's amazing. Kimmy Horton, she is with Danik, and new company in the scene. But what I love, so they make thousands of notebooks for you to create, but they also, they're giving back to schools, to art schools. So it's made from 75% recycled materials, but they give back to the community. So I love that a lot. And I don't have the exact stats, Amelia, but it is for X amount of books, it may be 1 for 1. It goes back to the community, a book. So to artists. And I love that so much. They're based in Utah, and was able to meet some of the people higher up last week, and they're just absolutely lovely. I'm so happy that she's found a really good home. So
yeah, congrats, Kim. Yeah, that's good. And that I have seen them. They always have an amazing booth. So if you're at a show this summer, go check them out. They always have a really cool booth and really cool products. And yes, we love our Tommy over at Bell Promo. He's amazing. A couple of others. I think you know Deborah Gasper. She was at NC or Custom Chocolate for a long time, and then she was acting as a multi-line rep. And she just took over as Director of Sales and Marketing for Zapware, which is a distributor in the industry. So that's a big move for her. And then Paul Corey, you know Paul, don't you, from Sierra Pacific? Who doesn't know Paul? He's a staple in this industry. He was just named Executive Vice President. So he took a new role over at Sierra. And then Scott Whitesell was moved up to Vice President of Sales. So they've got some movement there, which is awesome. And then Michael Conway joined American Solutions. So he is now the Senior Director of E-commerce, and he's been in the industry for a long time. I think he's worked at ASI, I believe, previously, and some other service providers. And then the newest one that just came through the wire right before we recorded this was Brittany Fraze over at Hirsch. Brittany Fraze over at Hirsch was promoted to the Vice President of Sales. So that is amazing. That's a big role. And I know she's been at Hirsch for a while, but kudos to Brittany, man. She's building a good team over there as well.
Yes. Oh, I'm so proud of her.
Yeah.
So proud.
Girls are rocking it. Go, ladies.
Go, ladies and gents.
And gents.
And gents.
So you mentioned Denick, which is doing some do-gooder. So that kind of followed into our do-gooder. So I love to hear that they give back books to the community in some form there. And another do-gooder I found was Koozie Group. They've been in the news a lot for multiple reasons, but this one, they have given $200,000 and achieved carbon neutrality. Is that the right word? Carbon neutrality in 2023. And Koozie Group. And take another cold pill, go to bed, Amelia. Koozie Group also donated more than $200,000 in cash and in-kind donations last year to multiple nonprofits, including direct support to charities that were chosen by their employees. So I love that when they let the employees kind of help choose where they want the money to go and don't just tell them that they're giving it, but let them pick some local charities to participate in.
That's amazing. Amelia, can I make a correction, please? Because Kimmy, her text message just came in. They actually build schools. So they've built 18 schools and they're getting ready to build another one. So they're
that's even better.
Schools. I know. So that's what they're doing. And I apologize, but pretty amazing.
That is really cool. You'll have to get some more information and tell us more about that. I love that they're building schools. Like, where are they building? What countries are they doing? How does that work?
I'll find out for you.
The next Oprah?
I'll find out for you.
All right. Well, Lori, what is new on the scene? What to watch, what to know? Have you heard anything good or anything?
So I watched, darn it, I need to Google that. I watched 3 movies. I know.
But you don't remember.
One. No, I do remember. One is called, darn it.
Okay, well, what to watch? So if you're looking for something to entertain yourself on television, I'm not a Tom Brady fan, and I've made that very clear, and I stand firm on that fact that I am Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes all the way. But there was a Netflix, there was a series, and it was The Roast of Tom Brady, because he's officially retired. So they have a ton of actors, comedians, players come up and roast him. It was hilarious. Not appropriate for those of faint of heart. It's very raunchy. A lot of the jokes were very raunchy. It was a Netflix special, so they're allowed to say whatever they want. But it made me laugh out loud, some of the jokes. And man, his poor ex-wife, she was the butt of a lot of jokes. So they got burned pretty bad. So that's what I would recommend if you have an hour to kill and you want to entertain yourself. And then industry-wise, what to watch. You and I were talking offline, but Women's Leadership is coming up June 23rd through 25th, and it is sold out. So if anybody is interested, you will be waitlisted. And I believe this is the highest attendees they've had historically at this event. So I'm really, really stoked about it.
That's amazing, Amelia. And I know you're on the work group, and that's just amazing to you. Congratulations to you and the team. That's amazing.
It took care of itself this year. I feel like everybody is just stoked to go, and it'll be bigger and better and badder than ever before.
So good. So good. Okay, I remember the movie. It's called The Town, and it's starring Ben Affleck. And this was, have you heard of that, Amelia? Have you watched it?
I think so. It's a couple years old.
It's got Rebecca Hall, Ben Affleck, Jeremy Renner, Blake Lively. Really good, really, really good. So it's called The Town, and it was released in 2010.
Oh my God. Girl, that is 14 years old. That movie is as old as my son.
If I haven't seen it, it's new to me. I know. So I'm behind, but I'm getting there. Like, at least I'm watching movies now, right?
girl, this show is going to be canceled and we'll be on reboots. That is too old. You need to move to this decade. That was the last decade, man. Oh
I know,
God.
but I bet you there's other people out there that haven't seen it like I haven't seen it. So it's really good. It's a good one. It kept me awake the whole time.
Okay, The Town, circa 2010, people, back when Ben was married to the first Jen. And Blake didn't have kids yet. So we're talking old.
Yes,
Jeez.
exactly. I know.
All right, Lori, please redeem yourself. I've tasked you with coming up with a never have I ever.
Never have I ever adjusted myself in public.
Like, do you mean like this?
I don't know. What does it mean? I don't know. What does that mean?
Yeah, people. Yeah, I don't know if that means picking a wedgie or adjusting your bra straps or, does that mean whatever. But yeah, I do that all the time. Adjusting? Yeah, all the time. No shame in my game. Absolutely.
No, and in public, no problem. Yeah, I could be walking. Yeah. Hey, are my panties showing? Like, yes, you have to adjust.
Yeah, and I don't even think people realize they're doing it. Like if you have something on and it's uncomfortable or there's something that doesn't feel right, you fix it. So it's just your body is like, that feels weird. Fix it, move it, adjust it. The worst I gotta say is if you have ever watched a baseball game, especially not so much like professional, but if you go to like youth baseball, the high school boys, little boys, I don't know if it's wearing the cup or if it's just because they're out there in the field, but oh my God, I would remember the little boys always adjusting themselves on the field. And I'd be like, please don't do that. Like, wait till you come to the dugout to move your stuff around. Like, don't do that out there where we can all see it.
What's the worst? Men do it. Sorry, men. When they aren't on a baseball field and there's no cup present, and that's just like a bad habit, I think. And I feel bad. Because
I don't know it's just the feeling, so I don't know.
Yeah, but there's
again, I'm guessing
it's constant. Like, oh my gosh, like that's got to be a nervous twitch, I think.
Yeah, I would say if they're doing that a lot, maybe they're commando. Maybe they need to like wear a tight brief or something to keep everything where it should be.
I'm gonna piggyback with that for a second. There's a brand of underwear called Sax that like are really good for men. Like keep everything kind of nice and snug, if
where
you
it
will.
Should be.
Yeah,
and it's called Sax. Like
SAXX. SAXX.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Check it out, fellas. We know we have some male listeners. Check them out. Sax.
I don't need to know if you bought them. Just it's an FYI.
Yeah. No pictures, please. Just
no
just putting a PSA out there for y'all. We don't need to know
you can
about
just
it.
thank Amelia and I. That's it. And if you thank us, we'll know what it's about.
Just hashtag Sax on a comment, and that's all we need to know.
Exactly. Love it.
Oh my gosh. All right, Lori. Well, it was great seeing you. Have fun on your trip.
Thank you. I may have to throw up a picture on our next episode of the shenanigans of all 12 of us. That'll be super fun.
Yeah, it will. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Well, thank you, everybody. And thank you again to our sponsor, Keystone. Go check them out at keystoneonline.com. Provide us with your do-gooders. If you know more industry movers and shakers, let us know. And tune in again on June 14th for a new episode. See you next time.
Feel better, my friend. Feel better.
Oh,
drink lots of water, and even some apple cider vinegar tablets will be good for you. So, no Dayquil. I know.